Hey, good Wednesday morning, my friends. MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa with the MLive Morning Weather Update. Thanks for joining me here. We got a question to start off. Let's get to it. First off, I'll answer your question, David Cosma. First off, I do want to ask for some forgiveness. The forecast has changed somewhat for the weekend because remember 2 or 3 days ago I was talking about, boy, the European model, which is usually pretty good, usually the one we trust 4, 5, 6 days out, had this odd track of a storm system coming from northeast Canada, backing down into Michigan and deepening in, real compact thing. I said, that just doesn't look right. That has backed off. Remember I told you about that yesterday? But because that has backed off, it's allowed the whole pattern to shift a couple of 100 miles, and now it looks like a storm system is going to be able to drop down into Michigan on Saturday, and I'll show you that. So David Cosma's question, good morning, Mark. Will the Saturday rain impact the Michigan football game, which starts at noon Saturday in Ann Arbor? Yeah, I think it could be showery. This doesn't look like a mambo heavy rain, but it could be showery. Good morning, Henry and Mima Luddington. Larry Pusker, good morning. Paul Fournier, good morning from Presque Isle. What is Presque Isle like? I've never been there. It sounds pretty cool. I know the northeast part of Lower Michigan is kind of the unsung hidden gem. Eric Suzuki, September 27th to 29th, weather at Higgins. Right now it looks warmer than normal. And good morning, Kevin Nag from Genesee. Here we go. So right now, we do have spotty clouds over Michigan that are dissipating. There might be a stray shower in the far southwest corner of the state, but you can see the clouds thinning. I can see a little more sunshine out the window, and that's what I would anticipate as we go through the day. So we'll start with the big picture, and you'll see that this is still eventually a very warm pattern for this time of the year. By the way, normal highs now probably, I haven't checked, but probably low 70s. So when we talk about well into the 70s and low 80s, 10 degrees warmer than normal, and that's usually a noticeable difference. So this is Friday. Note the ridge, okay? Note that storm center never dropped into the Great Lakes. It's now expected to head out toward Maine. So that was what we have dubbed most likely meteorological cancer. Most likely there was some upper air site up in Canada putting off something wrong, an error, the instrumentation was malfunctioning or something. And that gets input into the model data as real if somebody doesn't catch it. There are quality control people that go through and look and say, no, something went in there wrong. They must have missed that, and that's why it was showing that. Now, we go to Saturday, and there's a little disturbance that can sneak up over that ridge now and come into our area, and then the ridge is still there. This right here is a warm pattern for Michigan on Sunday, and it's even warmer on Monday as the ridge takes over all of our area, and it's even warmer on Tuesday. So I feel like the rain on Saturday just delays the warm-up by about a day. Now we're into next Friday. We're still under the ridge with a storm system trying to come toward us, and it's what we call a real blocking pattern. Very common in the fall because we're switching from the summer flow to the winter flow, so things get jumbled up. I always use the analogy of a lava lamp. Do you remember the lava lamp? Back in the 70s, you'd turn it on, put on the headphones, the realistic headphones, right? And put Dark Side of the Moon on the record player, boom, it would drop down, and the lava in the lamp started going up and down, kind of rhythmical. And then one blob would come down and hit another blob, and they would shatter apart, and then everything would just go kind of chaotic for a minute. and then it would go back. That's what happens to the fall weather pattern. At times it goes chaotic because of the changes in where the hot domes are forming and where the colder air is forming. Let's see, we got a long comment here. Friends Kevin Weinberg. Friends Pond is down 6 feet. Beans and corn are all dried up. Mark, very serious note. We're dealing with drought carrying over from last fall. Need rain badly, but not a flash flood. And Kevin brings up a great point, is that subsoil moisture, we have found, is the secret sauce in a good crop for farmers when it didn't rain much. And because of last fall, it stopped raining in Michigan last mid-July. And then it, so it's been dry in the subsoil in a lot of places. Very erratic. Let's see. So here's today, should be dry. UP will have some showers. Tomorrow looks like a fantastic day. Friday looks just stellar. I don't know if I can work Friday MLive. I might have my alter ego robot do the work for me. Now, this is Saturday. This is Saturday morning into 2 p.m. in the afternoon. So that says Traverse City, Charlevoix, northern half of Lower Michigan, quite showery during the morning, starting to creep into the southern part of the state. Now, this is 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. So somebody asked about the Michigan game. I would call it the chance of some spotty, light, intermittent showers. And then it moves off Saturday night, leaves us with a great Sunday. That kind of gives us a little bit of a northeast flow, so it delays the 80s, maybe. I do think we'll have some low 80s. And then on Monday, the wind starts to come around to the south, and then it's fully from the south on Tuesday. We're warm, and Wednesday, and when's the next storm system? Hard to say. We're going out to September 20th here, and it's not showing up just yet. So look at these temperatures. Today, we're near 80, 77, Grand Rapids, and Kalamazoo, and Ann Arbor, and Detroit, and Saginaw, and Flint, 77 to 80, we'll call it. Traverse City is back to 73 to 75. UP under showers in the 60s. Tomorrow we get a little more sunshine, and we're into the low 80s, so this is warm. This is Friday. Like I said, we won't argue with Friday. The only thing we'll argue about on Friday is, do we come to work? Or do we go fishing and play golf? Tough choices, huh? Let's see. This is Saturday. Temperatures reflecting, do you have clouds and showers early, like Houghton Lake, Mackinac City, UP, or do you get sunshine before the showers, like Ann Arbor, Detroit, Kalamazoo, even Grand Rapids, maybe in the 80s. Sunday, behind the storm system, temperatures still warm. I thought it'd be 85 in places by Sunday, but it's probably going to be 80, 82. Monday, probably too cool on this. It just doesn't fit the upper air pattern. And Tuesday, I think these are probably a little too cooler. I think we'll probably be in the 80s, and then we get Thursday in the 80s, and Friday, and next Saturday, the 21st and 20th. Now, these are getting pretty far out to believe these temperatures, but what you get out of this is that it's a warmer than normal pattern. Whether it hits 78 or 82 or 85 is, not exactly sure, but it's summery, let's just say. And it's probably fairly dry. 6 to 10 day forecast, strong chance it'll be warmer than normal, strong chance it'll be drier than normal. 8 to 14 day, September 17th to 23rd, strong chance it'll be warmer than normal, most all of the country. And maybe we start to get into a shower or two. And the 3 to 4 week forecast, this was made on Friday, but it takes us out into early October, and it continues the warm and dry conditions. So we are going to continue, if you don't care about your landscape, if you don't care about your crops and your livelihood, you got a great pattern coming up. If you're worried about drought, if you're worried about lake levels, then it looks like we're going to continue into a dry pattern for the next couple of weeks with just a couple of rains in there. There's your weather update. Fantastic to be getting some outside fun or outside projects done. So thanks for joining me on the MLive Morning Weather Update. I'm MLive Chief Meteorologist Mark Torregrossa, trying to outguess Mother Nature now since 1989. Yee. I almost have her figured out. I think I'll have her figured out in about 5 years, and that'll be about time to call it quits. And then I'll know what I'm doing, actually. So take care. Have yourselves a great day. Thanks for joining me. Bye.